Welcome to Brian's Table, a food, wellness, and lifestyle channel. I'm Brian Singh. Today, we are going to be making the humble dish, coleslaw. There's a lot of sad coleslaw out there. It's roughly chopped cabbage swimming in a bath of insipid sweet sauce in a styrofoam cup at a fast food franchise. It could be so much better. So what is coleslaw? Coleslaw is a salad of finely chopped vegetables and/or fruit. Typically, vegetables include things like brassicas, which includes cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and broccoli. Root vegetables, such as cabbage and radish, or fruit, firm fruit that is, such as apples. Today we're going to be making a coleslaw with cabbage, carrot, and daikon radish that we're going to be serving with jerk chicken. The beauty of coleslaw is that it can be modified for any dish that you're serving. So you can change white cabbage to red cabbage or even Napa cabbage. You can change the root vegetable to be something like jicama, which would be a lovely pairing with jerk chicken. And you could even change the fruit from apples to pears. It's all up to you, but you have a lot of flexibility to match your flavors precisely, and coleslaw is an excellent vehicle to do that. Today, the base of our coleslaw will be green cabbage, daikon radish, and carrot. Let's start by cleaning up our vegetables. To clean up the cabbage, most people try to remove the leaves from the top. As you can see, they come off in a piecemeal fashion. An easier technique is to cut from the base. As you can see, this one is already cut, and to pull it up. When you're cutting your cabbage, avoid the woody core. What I like to do, and it would typically serve most probably 4 to 6 people, is to cut on an angle that follows the core. Yeah, it requires a little muscle. And that way you don't get the core in whatever cabbage you're going to be using in your salad. For the carrots and daikon radish, I'm using my mandolin with the julienne attachment to finely shred them. I love using this Japanese mandolin. You can find a link to where to pick it up in the description below. Mandolins have come a long way from the dangerous piece of equipment that they once were. They now have a thickness adjuster with a single dial, and they now have notches where you could just simply have it over your bowl, and that way it doesn't move. Today I'm going to use a cut-proof glove to cut my carrots and daikon, because in the past I've had to use these way too much. Let's take a look at how these look. That's beautiful. It gets really tricky at the end, so save that for a smoothie. I normally cut up more carrot and daikon than I need. So what I do is I take a sheet of paper towel, I put it into a Tupperware container, and I put it here until I need it in the coleslaw. This way I could take what I need, and anything left over I could just use for a stir fry or a salad on another day. You got to get some elbow grease into it. You notice I didn't use the entire daikon. I like keeping a bit extra around so I could use it like a potato. You can chop your cabbage on a mandolin. However, because of the layers of the leaves, it's very difficult to get a precise cut. Hence, we are going to hand chop the cabbage with a knife. As you can see here, look at the evenness of that. And the nice thing about that is that you can get a consistency of cut that pairs up well with the carrot and the daikon. For the price, cabbage offers up a ton of nutritional value. Like other ingredients, we're going to put aside our cabbage in a container lined with a paper towel for when we're ready. With everything in containers and the moisture being wicked away by the paper towels, we're ready to make our coleslaw. Let's make the dressing for the coleslaw. Compared to other dressings, I tend to do this way more by feel because I want to match my dressing to the ingredients and the overall meal that I'm serving. Let's get to the ingredients. I use mayo, bit of Dijon mustard, do like that tang. I use apple cider vinegar, which surprisingly is used quite a bit in Caribbean cuisine. Lemon for a hint of citrus and freshness. Honey for sweetness. I also use a bit of black pepper and salt. And because we're saving this coleslaw today with jerk chicken, I like to include a hint of nutmeg so that it pairs with the chicken and it ties the whole meal together. Pro tip, don't buy store-bought prepared dressings. Here's why. Those dressings are already prepared, so you have to match your ingredients to the dressing. Dressing should always be matched to the ingredients. That should be subject of another video sometime, right, Trent?
I think so.
Excellent. Let's move on. I start with mayonnaise. I got a few hearty spoons in there. Then I add a bit of Dijon mustard. Don't need much. I then add my honey. Just a light drizzle. Don't need much. Bit of apple cider vinegar. There you go. And the salt. Ooh, there's a little seed there, a little renegade seed. Bit of pepper. I'm going to cheat a little bit because the chicken's going to be done on the grill. I want to add a little bit of smoke flavor in here. I keep some smoked salt around, so I'm going to add a touch of that. A hint of nutmeg. Use your whisk, give her a stir. Let's give her a taste. It's pretty good already. Can I taste, Trent?
I love the taste.
Okay. Notice I use 2 spoons. For the record, I never double dip.
Oh, it's kind of a nice savory one, isn't it?
Yes. And you're getting the little sweet notes in the...
Yeah, but none of that insipid sugariness that you get in normal.
No. See, when you use real ingredients, you get that flavor. Nothing insipid here. Or sad. Just pure deliciousness. Let's bring this together. Keeping with the theme of cooking by feel, I like to mix my coleslaw in the same bowl I made the dressing. And I mix it by hand. That way you ensure and feel that the coleslaw is properly coated with the dressing. Get your hands in there. Feels like a wet old English sheepdog. Sorry. You really do have to get in there and play with your food. Get intimate with it. Great. I'm going to add a little bit more carrot for color. cabbage. Hey, why not a little bit more daikon too? All right. Let's give it a taste. Messy hands and all. Really good. There you go, Trent. Messy hands. You taste every ingredient.
That is something good.
Yep, it is. Another thing about the dressing is if you change the ingredients in the coleslaw, you could also change what you put in the dressing. I like making Asian coleslaws with lots of nuts, things like Napa cabbage, bean sprouts, and I use rice vinegar in that dressing with even a bit of soy sauce. Use your creativity, and you'd be surprised what you come out with. Let's put this coleslaw in a serving bowl. And what I like to do prior to serving, and this is what makes it a little bit more of a West Indian style coleslaw, is in the Caribbean, they like to put onion in their coleslaw. So to bring that flavor in, I use onion seeds. And this is also called nigella, and it's used extensively within the Middle East and Europe. It's a topping on many breads, but I love it on coleslaw because it looks fabulous, adds a nice oniony tang, and adds a little bit of texture as well. And there you have it. A simple coleslaw that will go lovely with jerk chicken. Question: what are some of the unusual or unique ingredients you put in your coleslaw? Put that in the comments below.